We all need to have a few large hammers around, but what do you do when your hammer handle is starting to look a little worse for wear? Really, you should just replace the handle, but I have tried replacing this handle several times through different stores, and I cannot find a handle that I feel like fits this head perfectly. Maybe this is an old head, maybe it's just a cheap head, maybe it's odd, I don't know. What's option 2? Well, try to fix it. And in comes Durham's water putty. Now I know this is not actually fixing the handle, but I am going to try to build the handle back up with this water putty. Because this is a pretty decent sized chunk that's missing out of this handle, we do need to follow a bit of a technique here. This was from my first attempt at fixing this handle with water putty. Didn't really get a good grip on this surface, and that's why I drilled these holes, and I'm going to try again. I'm going to put less putty in this time and make sure that it gets into those holes. Water putty is super easy to work with. You just put a little bit of water in a container. Something like a Dixie cup actually works really well. And then you just pour this powder into the water. This is actually still a little on the thin side, but I'm gonna try using it. Just gonna take some of our putty and start pushing it into those holes. And again, part of my mistake last time was I think I put too much on at one time. So I'm gonna try taking it a little bit easy this time. I'm gonna leave it like that and then let it harden for about a day, and then try sanding it down to a smoother finish. And whatever water putty you have left, just put the cap on and it'll be good for next time. And cleanup is a breeze with this stuff. I'm just gonna rinse it out in the sink, just like you would latex paint. It's been a few days here and the water putty is definitely hardened. So now I'm going to actually take this rasp and do kind of a rough shaping of this water putty. I finished filing and rasping down the handle. You can see that we're still not back to the full size of the original handle there. So I'm actually gonna apply more water putty. The second application's done, so time for cleanup. And this is the second application after it's dried. Now I'm gonna call that done. It's not perfect, but you know, wood's not perfect either. So now let's wrap it with some tape. And for this job, we're only gonna use the best, which is Scotch Super 33 Plus. Take 3 short pieces of electrical tape and stretch it around the bottom of the handle to cover up the end. Then you're gonna start at the end of the handle and just gradually wrap tape around the whole handle, stretching it as you go so that you don't end up with any bubbles. And you want at least half overlap from wrap to wrap. While we're at it, let's clean up the head. That's better. Well, maybe I can do a little better. There we go. So now we have a hammer that once again feels good in the hands and looks good to boot.